Since the pandemic, Interfaith Sanctuary Homeless Shelter has housed medically fragile people and homeless families at a hotel in Boise. Originally, the City of Boise helped pay for the Red Line Hotel shelter. But the partner that's been funding the shelter for the past few months just denied the city's request to keep pitching in. Our Abby Davis looked into this debate between the City of Boise and Ada County. Abby, this has been going on for quite a while. Get us up to speed.
That's right, Morgan. Well, the city actually asked the county for some money back in October. That was for emergency money to keep the shelter open. But city officials didn't get all the money that they asked for, so they went back a second time to secure more funding. But they were turned down. I talked with Interfaith's executive director about the commissioner's decision and what it means for the people living in the shelter. The Red Line on Fairview Avenue isn't just another Boise hotel.
It's holding life up.
It's also a homeless shelter with 87 beds.
It has given us a way to serve our most medically fragile, our families with children, and our unhoused senior citizens.
But Interfaith Sanctuary Executive Director Jody Peterson-Steiger says funding the hotel shelter isn't always easy. Interfaith partners with the City of Boise, which gets money for the shelter.
The City of Boise writes grants to these different funding streams. They utilize those grants to pay the hard costs for the lease on the hotel, and then they have Interfaith Sanctuary run the programming.
In October 2022, the City of Boise asked Ada County for $2.6 million in American Rescue Plan Act money.
The city requested emergency assistance.
That money would have funded the shelter through March 2024. County spokesperson Elizabeth Duncan says county commissioners eventually approved a smaller amount for a shorter time frame.
The resolution that they signed in December was always for 4 months, $697,000 for 4 months.
But that $697,000 runs out in mid-April. So the city requested the rest of the money it initially asked for, around $2 million. Ada County commissioners unanimously denied that request on Tuesday.
We were pretty firm on just the time limit that we had given them. We were hoping that would be enough for them to find either new funding or a more permanent solution. We're paying, hotel rates to shelter people that should be in a proper facility. I don't know if it's sustainable too much longer.
While Peterson-Steiger says she's disappointed with the commissioner's decision, she understands their concerns.
But I will agree with them that this is an unsustainable and inefficient model for the county, the city, and for Interfaith Sanctuary.
Despite the uncertainty, Peterson-Steiger says people living at the hotel shelter will still have a roof over their heads.
Nothing's been formalized yet, but we have been reassured that we are fine.
Boise Mayor Lauren McLean also spoke out against the commissioner's decision. She said in a news release, quote, "I am shocked and deeply dismayed that the Ada County commissioners have once again refused to invest in temporary emergency shelter for unhoused families with children, leaving the City of Boise solely responsible for addressing countywide issues." Morgan, the city is currently working on locking down some more funding for the homeless shelter, but Peterson-Steiger says it's really going to take a partnership with the city, the county, and the state to address some of these systemic housing issues we're facing.
Right. It just goes back to all the problems that were there prior to the pandemic, then just exacerbated by the pandemic and those emergency funds coming in really clutch for them at that time. But, 3 years later, where do we go from here? All right, Abby, we will stay on top of this story. Thank you so much.